Walter Cronkite anchored this broadcast for 2 decades, so it's only fitting that the final words tonight come from him.
Good evening from the CBS News Control Center in New York. This is Walter Cronkite reporting.
I think I was a workaholic from the very beginning. It just seems to me I always had 2 or 3 jobs going at the same time. But it was the newspaper work for me. I just fell in love with the darn business. I was still delivering newspapers when I became a copy boy and sometime cub reporter on the Houston Post. I got so involved in the newspaper business, which I loved, and a little bit of radio on the side, that actually I wasn't going to class as much as I should have. I'm afraid I dropped out of college, much to my regret ever since. In 1936, I got a job on a small radio station called KCMO. There came the day at KCMO, and down the corridor came the most gorgeous creature I'd ever seen in my life. An absolutely sensational redhead. Her name was Betsy Maxwell. The spark took. We went together for several years and finally married in 1940. I went off to war as a United Press correspondent shortly after Pearl Harbor. I was 25 at the time.
I'm just back from the biggest assignment that any American reporter could have so far in this war.
It was my first time on camera. I just fell into whatever it is I do naturally. I never took any elocution lessons, no diction lessons. I got a call from Ed Murrow, who wanted me to come to work at CBS. Now that I had a family and a mortgage, I thought, well, why not?
We have just had, I've been advised, some film in from the Defense Department. This is the Explorer as it is being moved to the gantry. Unfortunately, however, the film seems to be upside down.
Flip polarity, flip polarity, flip polarity. Flip your polarity.
Fortunately, the Explorer went up right side up, and we're going to see it that way.
I was assigned to take over the CBS Evening News in the spring of 1962.
This is Walter Cronkite. Good night.
Then I thought, why a cold good night? All these famous broadcasters have their catch lines, Murrow.
Good night and good luck.
So why not have one of those? And a nice one might be, and that's the way it is, because I could say it almost any way.
And that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. And that's the way it is.
And that's the way it is. The Beatles were on American television for the first time, not, as history seems to have it recorded, on the Ed Sullivan Show, but on the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
We just hope we are going to have quite a run.
If there's some credit in history for that, I want it.
Good evening from Paris, reporting from Moscow.
I've been delighted that I've been able to be a journalist all my life, from the time I was a boy in high school until today.
From the Great Wall of China, reporting from Madrid.
This is Walter Cronkite aboard the Papal aircraft somewhere over the North Atlantic.
I think it all worked out pretty well.
And that's the way it is.
And that's the way it is.
That's the way it is.